The amount of people on the transplant waiting list is increasing, as well as the number of patients dying while waiting for an organ. How would it feel if you had to wait for a long time for something you really need, something you can't live without? In this case, an organ. Hello, my name's Nicole, and I'd like to talk about reasons you should consider becoming an organ donor. So, why is it important to be a donor? The need for organ donors is high. The consideration of becoming a donor can help extend a person's life. It is a very important decision, not only to you, but for those who are waiting to receive an organ, giving you the chance to save lives. The number of patients waiting for organs far exceeds the number of people who have registered to become an organ donor. Organ disease is a massive public health issue, and organ transplantations can be a life saving treatment option. Of March 21, 2019, on Facts and Myths About Transplants by the American Transplant Foundation, quote, almost 1,114 people in the United States are currently in the waiting list for a life saving organ transplant, and about 20 people die every day from the lack of available organs for transplant. This organ shortage crisis has deprived thousands of patients for a new and better quality of life and has caused a substantial increase in the cost of alternative medical care such as dialysis. Such ways can help is to consider becoming a donor, a way to make a huge difference in someone's life by giving them a second chance. Quote, one deceased donor can save up to 8 lives through organ donation and can save the and enhance more than 100 lives through life-saving and healing gift tissue donation. So there are two types of donors. Some of the organs that can be utilized to donate are by deceased donors: the heart, liver, kidneys, lungs, pancreas, and small intestines. Tissue would be including the cornea, skin, veins, heart valves, tendons, ligaments, and bones. But you can also be a living donor that would consist of donating kidney or a part of your liver, lung, intestines, blood, or bone marrow. Now, how to become a donor. To become a donor, it takes 3 steps. The first being making the decision of whether you should be one or not. If you do decide on becoming a donor, you can sign up online or in person at your local motor vehicle department. Registering online takes just a few minutes. All you need is some identification information and your driver's license or a photo of your ID number. I personally became one by going to the DMV to get my California ID, and I had to fill up a bunch of my personal information on the computer. And somewhere around the end, there was an option that would say if you wanted to be a donor or not, and I said, yeah, I wanted to be one. So once you registered, be sure to let your family and friends know so they can support your wishes. Oops, my bad. And of course, not everyone would be willing to donate for many reasons, like in the article, in their own words, the reasons why people will not sign an organ donor card by Morgan S.E., a Celtic history enthusiast and author. She believes the most common reason for not wanting to donate organ is the mistrust of doctors, hospitals, and also a belief in the black market for organs in the United States. There's also a fear of thinking about giving away an organ to a bad person and then they're being against their beliefs. So, like I stated before, there are not enough donors in the world, but on September 2, 2019, based off of a bioprinting organ, a future alternative to organ donation by Anna McDonald, a science writer. She has wrote about the possibility of the use of a 3D printer to be the technology that helps the world with the problem of shortage of donors. Quote, although this may currently seem a rather futuristic idea, several research groups are taking the first steps to one day making this a reality. 3D bioprinting technologies are the heart of many of these projects. Building on the principle of 3D printing, bioprinting use bio ink made from cells to print living tissue layer by layer. Some of the scaffold is also usually involved in the process to support the protect the cell by carefully controlling which cell are put where. Bioprinting can enable the production of the interact biological structure. A number of projects are underway to harness this technology to print functional human tissue, the first step to printing an entire organ. So, although we are not there yet. We are getting close and hopefully soon. Because it's an ideal because in an ideal world there would be no need to rely on donors. Those that are in need of for transplant would receive one and not wait for an organ donor, especially since there might be a chance of rejection and living off of anti-rejection meds. But it's the best thing we can do right now, and I hope I have opened your minds about becoming an organ donor and how important that decision can be. Thank you.